Hey everyone, so I was tagged by VaneWPC to do my top 10 favourite eyeshadows. This is going to be really easy, and for those of you that have watched a lot of my videos before, very predictable. But nevertheless, I will go forth and tell you what my favourite eyeshadows are, why I like them, and perhaps if you like, you could do a video response or maybe just write in the comments below and tell me what your favourite eyeshadows are. So I'm going to get the most predictable one over with first, and it is by MAC and it is Sable, and it's their gorgeous plum brown colour. I've recommended this to almost everyone in my life, and it basically swatches like that, has quite a nice sheen to it. I'm not sure of the finish. Oh, it's a frost. It's a frost, and I love this all over the lid with carbon in the crease. It's sort of my go-to staple look, and it looks really nice as well. If you just put it just under the eyes and just a plain lid colour like All That Glitters, it just brings out green and blue eyes, I think, really well. So I do love, love, love Sable. And so while we're on the All That Glitters tiff, I thought I would bring it in here. And it's just this really lovely sand colour. There is a similar Milani colour that you can get if you don't want to spend all the money on MAC. If I'm just, maybe you can see that, maybe you can't, but you can kind of see it creates just a really nice sheen. And this is a Volux Pearl finish, one of my favourite eyeshadows actually, and I didn't get this until maybe 6 months ago or less. Just not an eyeshadow that ever really stood out to me before in the same way that Woodwink Tempting Carbon did, but when I got All That Glitters I was just really, really thankful for it because it's a great staple, and if I am using eyeshadow I'll probably try and use this every time. So yeah, I love All That Glitters. So the next eyeshadow I'm going to talk about is slightly unfair because it's a limited edition colour, you can't get it anymore. It came out with Flashtronic collection, which was, I don't know, 2007 or something, so it was a long time ago. I lost one. It disappeared from my luggage between LAX and London, so I actually went and I had to get another one on eBay, and it's Lovestone, and it's a mineralised eyeshadow, and if you look there's just this gorgeous, it's pink with sort of dark plum veining in it, but there's a lot of gold running through as well, and it is just the perfect colour to be paired with Penny Shade Stick. And you know, with the Sugar Sweet collection that I'm going to be picking up quite a few of those because that's also a limited edition product. So in terms of my favourite eyeshadow combinations, Penny Shade Stick and Lovestone definitely comes sort of near the top, if not the top combination for me. It's just really warm, really flattering, and just really easy to do as well. So it just takes a couple of minutes in the morning to do both eyes and then I'm done. So I love this colour. This is, as I said, Lovestone. And I also know that a lot of people use this as well as a blush, so it has sort of multi-purpose, but I haven't used it for that. I just use it purely as eyeshadow and I love it. The next one, I'm just grabbing these as they come to hand, is by Bare Minerals, and this is Queen Tiffany. This is kind of a colour very, very similar to Sable in the sense that it's plum, but it's got this sort of gold running through it, or reflets. And I'll do a swatch because I like to do that. And it's very sparkly because it is a glimmer, and that's the whole purpose of glimmers. The camera's not going to pick up the fact that it is got this really lovely gold sheen. And I'm a really big fan actually of the Bare Minerals glimmers, and I've got a few of them, but I would love to collect more because I think the consistency is really nice. It's super fine. You get loads of quantity in this little jar, and they're pretty easy to pick up on eBay and things like that, so that's where I tend to get mine from because they're a lot cheaper than buying them in the normal UK stores like Selfridges or Debenhams at Westfield. And this colour, Queen Tiffany, is probably my favourite that I've come across so far. Number 5 is by Bourjois, and it's a colour that I use both for eyeshadow in inner corner highlight, but I also use it as a highlighter as well. And if I was going to do a highlighters video, this would probably be like first or second place. Out of all the highlighters I own, I really, really love this one. And it is just the Bourjois Blanc Diaphane eyeshadow. As you can see, this one's very old, all the writing on the front's worn off, and I've really worn it down inside, but I have got another one as backup, so no panic. And yeah, as I said, it's Blanc Diaphane. If you can't understand my awful French, it's 90 is the code, but it's just the white one. But it basically comes out as sort of a white pearl, and I really love it. I'll just put it in between Bare Minerals and All That Glitters, and you can probably see it there. It's just so nice, especially as sort of on a cheek highlight, perfect. As good as NARS Albatross in my opinion, and as good as MAC Vanilla Pigment. It's not as fine, you have to be a little bit more careful with it because otherwise you can create a white sheen as opposed to just a really pretty light sheen on the face. But brilliant bargain, and it's kind of a multi-purpose product because it works really well, as I said, as inner corner highlight. So for like £5 this is a brilliant buy and I would highly recommend it. Okay, so I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I did have to count. So I'll start with the boring and the basic. In fact, all of these shadows that I'm talking about are kind of exactly the same. But this is Carbon, just a matte black. I think a lot of people probably recommended this within their top 10 because it is such a staple. And I think the reason why a lot of people probably like Carbon so much, as it's a matte black, it just adds that extra bit of drama to your look, particularly on the outer corner. And you know those magazine articles that talk about transforming your look from day to night? I think the one way that you could do that easily, one product all you would need is Carbon. So just a matte black eyeshadow, and that would do it because you could create a really strong smoky eye and just increase the depth of your shadow. So that is one that I would definitely say you must have in your collection by whatever brand, but you need to have a matte black. So that was number 6. And then another one I'll talk about is obviously Tempting, which you've seen me use a lot in videos before. How I would describe it is it's half gold, half brown. And I have to say it is a luster finish. A lot of people have difficulty with that because of the amount of fallout that's associated with lusters. But I don't find it as bad as, say, Mythology or I think this is Honey Lust up here, which is awful. Like, I always see little bits of fallout there. But with Tempting it's not as bad as that. But it is still very much a luster finish. But if I show you what it looks like, as you can see, it's loads of gold. Hello. I love it. It's definitely one staple for me. I've got one here and then I've got one in the Tempting quad that came out with Cult of Cherry because you can never have too many Temptings. So the last 3 shadows are in this palette, which I love this palette. The first one is Gleam, which is sort of a peach. Again, it's a luster, so be warned, fallout. But I use this in the same way that All That Glitters, in that it's sort of the staple lid colour, and then you can just add any colour to the crease and it will work. So it's really versatile, and even though it is sort of a pink apricot colour, it still seems to work with lots of different tones, from browns to burgundies, anything like that, it will work. So I definitely recommend Gleam. Then the next one is one I've already talked about, which is Antiqued. Gorgeous, gorgeous, sort of frosted burgundy brown colour. Lovely, really nice in the crease, just really pretty warm colour, really good for eyes. Obviously I realise that all these colours are basically exactly the same, but that doesn't stop me anyway. I really love Antiqued, definitely a great colour that I only found out about recently. And similarly, another one that I only found out about recently is the rather glamorously named Mulch, which is, I suppose it's the non-luster version of Tempting. It's slightly lighter in pigmentation, but it's a brown with the gold running through it. And what I've been doing recently for work is wearing Gleam all over the lid and then this in the crease. So although the name is not very nice, the colour itself is. So I would definitely highly recommend Mulch. So please feel free to do a video response attached to this video. I would love to know what your favourites are, and they can be from any brand. I've got some other shadows that I really love that I really wanted to include here, like Milani Spice, which is a brilliant colour, really nice warm burgundy brown, and I often use it just on my lower lash line, and it's actually always in my makeup bag, the one that I carry around with me during the day, because I really see it as quite an important shade, but it didn't quite make the top 10. And none of my NARS shadows did either, which is quite interesting, I think. And I noticed recently that I never reach for my NARS shadows. Like, I love Lola Lola and I love Corfu, but I do not use them. I think I get them to look at because I like the packaging, and thankfully I haven't purchased any recently, and I don't think I will, because I was really quite disappointed by the recent ones that I got hold of, and I thought the consistency was pretty rubbish. So that's why none of them made it into my top 10. It's very MAC centric, so I apologise for that. Have a great Saturday everyone, and see you soon. Bye.